best and brightest fifth graders from 17 Rock Hill Elementary schools embark on a journey that will tap into their academic abilities and require them to overcome many great obstacles. There will be questions about all the tough topics in the realm of science.
Scientific method for 20.
In this experiment, plant A was given water only. Plant B was given water. Children's school.
Hypothesis.
Hypothesis is correct.
One by one, these teams will be put up to the challenge and pushed to their limits. Some will triumph, while others will exit gracefully. In the end, only one team will reach the final destination to be crowned as the Elementary Science Bowl champion. Welcome to Rock Hill School's Elementary Science Bowl.
And hello everyone, my name is Richard Camp. I'm your host for Science Bowl. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, we've made it to round 3 of the competition. And before we get started with meeting our teammates, I just want to say that today's runner-up will be receiving a medal of participation for their great efforts in the Science Bowl this far. So with that being said, to my left we have the team from Richmond Drive Elementary School. On the outside, coming back towards myself, we have Lynn, Rose, and Cole. To my right, we have the team from Independence Elementary School. Again, from the outside, working back in, we have Xander, Hunter, and Jake. Later in the show, we'll take a moment to get to know each of our contestants again. But before we start, let's check our buzzers to make sure all of our equipment is working properly. Alrighty. Well, Richmond Drive Elementary won the coin toss, so they'll be choosing the first category. But before they do, let's check the category titles. They are Abbreviated Science, Elementary Science, Space Science, Know Your Stuff, and 5th grade standards. Again, please be sure to listen to the reading of the entire question before buzzing in. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
All right. Richmond Drive, you won the coin toss, so you may choose the first question.
Space science for 500.
On August 21st, 2017, a rare event will occur called a solar eclipse. During a solar eclipse, what is happening? Independence?
The moon is covering up the sun's light.
Correct. And Independence strikes first. Independence, you may select the next question.
Elementary science for 100.
We usually think of food, water, and shelter as the basic needs of animals. What other need do all animals have? Independence.
Oxygen and space.
Space is all we're looking for there, so that is good. You get the points, and you may choose the next question.
Elementary science for 500.
The picture shows lichen growing on a tree. A lichen is an organism made of algae which makes food through photosynthesis and another organism that does not make its own food. What organism is combined with algae to form lichen? Independence.
Fungi.
Fungus is absolutely correct. You get the points, and you may choose the next question.
Elementary science for 400.
At the bottom of this circuit is a switch that controls the flow of electrons. The position of the switch makes this a blank circuit. Independence.
Closed.
Closed is correct. Independence jumping out to a big lead right here. There's no worries though.
Elementary science for 300.
Developed in 1805, the scale below is how wind speed is rated. What is this scale called? Independence.
Buford wind scale.
Absolutely correct.
Elementary science for 200.
Finishing off that category, what color light must enter a prism in order to produce this rainbow of colors? Independence.
White light.
That is correct. Independence, you may choose the next question.
Know your stuff for 500.
Lightning occurs when billions of electrons move at once to a new location. The most dangerous type of lightning is Independence.
Cloud to ground.
Cloud to ground is correct again. Independence.
Know your stuff for 400.
Which of these is both a conductor of heat and a conductor of electricity? Independence.
The metal spoon.
The metal spoon is correct. Independence, you may choose again.
Abbreviated science for 500.
BTUs refer to the amount of energy needed to heat or cool 1 pound of air by 1 degree Fahrenheit. What does BTU stand for? Independence.
British thermal unit.
Again, that is correct. Independence, you're in control.
Abbreviated science for 400.
Often considered to be synonymous with speed, this property, abbreviated as V, is also calculated by dividing distance and time. What is this property? Independence.
Velocity.
Velocity is correct. You may choose.
5th grade standards for 500.
Ecosystems have different living and non-living parts. The blank factors in an ecosystem determine what living things will be able to survive there. Independence.
Limiting factors.
Limiting factors.
Just
Not the correct answer there. Richmond Drive, do you have a response?
Abiotic.
Abiotic is the correct term there. You are on the board and you are in control.
Space science for 400.
Where does light come from that allows us to see the moon? Richmond Drive.
The sun.
Sun is absolutely correct. You may choose again.
Space science for 300.
In 1961, accompanied by a chimpanzee named Ham, who was the first American to enter space? Independence.
Alan Shepard.
Alan Shepard is correct. Independence, you may choose the next question.
5th grade standards for 400.
For how much?
400.
400. Most people are familiar with two temperature scales known as Celsius and Fahrenheit. There is a third temperature scale not shown below that scientists frequently use. What is it? Independence.
Kelvin.
Kelvin is correct, and we are very quickly halfway through our board. Independence Elementary has a score of 4,500 points. Richmond Drive has 900 points. There's still plenty of points left on the board. Let's just pause for a moment and talk to some of our contestants. Lynn, can you tell me what your favorite thing about technology is?
I like that technology can help us in the future and can help us with the daily struggles of human beings.
Very cool. How about you, Rose? What's your favorite piece of technology?
Well, I like the iPads that we use in school because it helps us to use less paper, and trees are needed for to live.
All right. How about you, Cole?
I like the vehicles that we use because it helps us get around easier.
All right. Very cool. Independence. I'll start with you, Xander. What's your favorite piece of technology?
My favorite piece of technology would have to be the laptop because you can access everything on it, and the keyboard typing everything makes it really efficient.
Okay. How about you, Hunter?
My favorite type of a technology is probably have to be computer because there's a lot of technology that you can use on there. There's a lot of educational stuff on there and like stuff that you can actually spend family time, or just educational stuff.
Very cool. Jake, what do you like about technology?
My favorite type of technology is the cell phone just because it allows you to communicate and it can keep you entertained.
Very cool, very cool. Well, let's jump back into the game. The last correct answer was had by Independence, so you guys are in control of the board and you may select the next category.
Abbreviated science for 300.
One property of matter, abbreviated as D, can be calculated by dividing an object's mass by its volume. What is this property? Independence.
Density.
Density is correct. Independence.
Know your stuff for 300.
One way for a permanent magnet to lose its magnetism is by storing it for a long time next to a magnet with opposite poles adjacent to one another. What is one other way? Richmond Drive.
Heating it up.
Heating it up is correct. Richmond Drive, you may choose the next question.
5th grade standards for 300.
What is the name of this process being used to separate salt and water in a saltwater solution? Independence.
Evaporation.
Evaporation is correct. Independence, you may choose the next question.
Abbreviated science for 200.
The amount of medicine in a syringe is usually measured in cc. What does cc stand for? Independence.
Cubic centimeters.
Cubic centimeters is correct. Independence.
Space science for 200.
This part of the solar system, made of irregularly shaped rocks, is found between Mars and Jupiter. What is it? Richmond Drive.
Asteroid belt.
Asteroid belt is absolutely correct. Next question, please.
Space science for 100.
In 2006, the International Astronomical Union downgraded a planet to dwarf planet status. Which planet was downgraded? Richmond Drive.
Pluto.
Pluto is correct. Please select the next question, Richmond Drive.
Know your stuff for 200.
Another name for the black bear is Ursus americanus. What is the origin of this alternative name? Independence.
Ursus meaning bear and americanus meaning America. It is a Greek or Latin origin.
It's the scientific name, and it is originated in Greek or Latin, correct? You get the points, and you may choose the next question.
5th grade standards for 200.
Study the pictures. The name of this process is chromatography. It is a way to blank. Independence.
Separate solutions.
That is correct. All right. Independence, you may choose the next question, please.
Know your stuff for 100.
The reporting of weather involves lots of different symbols. What does this symbol mean? Richmond Drive.
Heat wave.
Okay. I'm being told yes, warm front is acceptable there. Richmond Drive, you may choose the next question.
Abbreviated science.
Water is commonly known as the universal solvent. Which elements and how many make up water? Independence.
1 hydrogen and 2 oxygens.
That is incorrect. Richmond Drive, do you have a response?
2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen.
That is correct. 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. And the last question on the board is 5th grade standards for 100. In the picture, you see a tick sucking a dog's blood. This is a parasitic relationship. In this relationship, the dog is the blank. Independence.
Host.
Host is correct. And we have completed the board. We are going to take a quick break so that the judges can tally the final scores. We'll be right back.
In Rock Hill schools, science is the favorite subject for many of our students. They are excited to learn about the world in which they live. Children are naturally curious, inquiring about both how things work and how they can make things work more to their benefit. In accordance with South Carolina's standards for science, our students engage in scientific study within the context of the science and engineering practices. Our teachers engage students with hands-on manipulatives from our mini science kits and our interactive texts. In Rock Hill, we believe that science is our future.
Welcome back. Today, our runner-up school with a score of 1,700 points is Richmond Drive Elementary School. Rose, could you please reintroduce to us your teammates as well as your coach?
So I'm Rose Faircloth. This is Cole Thompson, Lynn Doe, and Heather McNay is our coach.
You guys did a wonderful job in the tournament so far. We're glad to have you aboard. Our winning school today, with a total score of 5,800 points, is Independence Elementary School. I know this wouldn't have been possible without all your teammates and your coach, so Hunter, could you introduce everyone to us?
I'm Hunter Burkhalter. Right here is Xander White. Right here to my left is Jake Brookover. Right here is Elias Popov, our alternate. Also our alternate is Miriam Hager, and our coach, Christopher Humphreys.
Way to go, guys. That was an amazing, amazing round of Science Bowl that we just played. Well, guys, that's our show for today. On behalf of Dr. Kelly Pugh, the superintendent of Rock Hill Schools, Associate Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Harriet Jarowski, and Kim Massey, our Science Instructional Specialist, and the wonderful crew here at SCE TV. We couldn't do it without you guys. But thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the final round of Science Bowl.